Good morning, I'm meteorologist Caroline Carithers with the News 5 First Alert Storm Team here with a tropical update for you. It looks like Tropical Storm Francine has formed in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, and time now is 10 a.m. on Monday, September 9th, 2024. Tomorrow, September 10th, it's actually the peak of hurricane season. We have several areas we're tracking. We have a couple areas in the Atlantic, both with a medium chance for development. Now, these are not current threats to the United States, but will continue to keep you updated if that changes. Now, what we're watching closely here is now Tropical Storm Francine. This was potential Tropical Cyclone 6. It has now really developed that defined center of circulation and is now starting to look more and more like a tropical cyclone. It is now defined as a tropical storm. Max winds are at 50 miles per hour. It's crawling to the north-northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Now, here is the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. Now, they do have it maintaining tropical storm status, but steadily increasing through today, likely by tomorrow evening or early Wednesday morning as this continues to move off the coast of Texas in the western Gulf of Mexico. This will likely become a Category 1 hurricane prior to making landfall, so just keep that in mind. Now, the current cone of uncertainty stretches from Houston all the way to New Orleans as far as a landfalling location goes. Now, keep in mind that the cone of uncertainty represents where the center of the storm could pass. Impacts will be felt well outside of the cone of uncertainty, as well as will continue to impact our local impacts as well. So here is kind of what is steering this system. Here is the big picture of things here. We've got high pressure to the east. We've got low pressure to the north. That is what is currently keeping this thing further towards the west, towards the western Gulf of Mexico, towards Mexico and Texas. Now, what's going to happen later this week is this high pressure is going to back off a little bit, move a little bit further east. Low pressure is going to dig in from the north, and that's what's going to curve Francine to the north and east. Now, most of the models are targeting central Louisiana as a landfalling location, but again, the cone of uncertainty stretches from Houston to New Orleans, and our local impacts will be changed depending on the eventual landfalling location. So as far as what we're looking at currently is rainfall, rough surf, and increasing winds. How much of each of those will depend on where this ultimately goes. But with a landfall likely to our west, will be on the east side of the system, which is really defined as the wet side of the system. You'll also hear it called the dirty side of the system. It's just because of the way low pressure systems rotate, will be on the wetter side of things. As far as rainfall potential goes, I do think this undercuts it a little bit. I think we could see more than this, but currently the Weather Prediction Center does have rainfall totals highest, of course, near where models are projecting the landfall location to be, and just east. As far as the News 5 neighborhood, anywhere from 3 to 5 inches, but I think we could see much higher amounts locally, and of course that will depend on if we see shifts in the track, so we'll let you know about that as we get closer. Rain chances are going to steadily increase as the week goes on. Our wettest period looks to be Wednesday into Thursday with those rainfall totals, so just keep that in mind for your planning purposes. As far as local impacts go, this is for, of course, now Tropical Storm Francine was potential Tropical Cyclone 6. We are looking at rough surf right now, estimating 4 to 8 feet. We'll likely see high surf advisories, high risk of rip currents, could see small craft advisories, possibly even a gale watch or a gale warning. It just depends on how things shake out, but for now, rough surf expected to increase as the week goes on. Moderate to heavy rain. Again, we just looked at that. Wednesday, Thursday looks to be our highest rainfall days. Increasing winds, the strength of these will depend on where we see landfall. We could see things shift back and forth, and of course, we'll continue to keep you updated. As far as things changing, yes, we could still see bumps back and forth in the track, and we'll continue to keep you updated on that. And again, that will impact what we see here along the Gulf Coast. So we will continue to keep you updated. As far as what you can do right now, just make sure you have your tropical kit ready to go, and be sure you stay tuned to the First Alert Storm Team, as well as the National Weather Service in Mobile, the Weather Prediction Center, NOAA, the National Hurricane Center. All of these are really good sources of information, and we'll continue to keep you updated.